Hi Gemini, welcome. We're here for you. This is your reading. This is for Venus. Actually, this is not Venus. This is your Mercury series. Mercury and Taurus. Gemini, we're going to be taking a look at this particular period while Mercury will be in Taurus. It's not too long. Mercury moves pretty quickly relatively. And it's not like we are in retro, right? We are actually direct. We have a lot of planets here relatively direct. So let's jump into it here for you. I was meditating on your energy. I do want to just double check something though. Now, in the meantime, I am a medium, I'm a channeler, I'm an oracle. We're working here with the energy, divination in different ways. We're working with the actual energy, not just the cards, or this is the cards of the medium, right? It's the medium, but the energy is what we're talking about. And it's important to also remember that you are here most likely because you are a starseed light worker. You are here with certain talents and gifts that you are here to share with others. So this is part of, the process of reconnecting you with those gifts and talents. And let's clear it. That doesn't have to be something that you extend to another person, that you sell someone, something that you create and you produce. It's an energy, it's a frequency. So this is reuniting you with that frequency of what is also your soul's gold, we'll say. So this is not meant to, in any shape or form, reconnect you with any toxic person, thought, behavior, okay, in such a way that will sort of like step back on the progress that you've made in that space. Let's clear it, backtracking around, that will sort of disconnect, okay? The space of so-called how do we say, let's clear it, potential, okay, potential, I'm hearing, but like with something that, is actually natural. So how do we say this? This is about what naturally flows. This is not meant to sort of align a so-called, expectation, right, with something that is not natural to your soul, to your spirit. And if something is not just taking place naturally, we'll say, that doesn't mean that you don't work towards what it is you'd like to manifest. But if something is sort of, as you feel that there's like dissonance, then there's something within your own spirit that is not in alignment with it. That's what I would believe. All right, let's jump in and see what's what. Gemini, let's click down the whole throat chakra. Some of you, I'm going to be honest here, I was meditating and I was seeing that, there is something of a bit of a competitive energy here. And I feel like you feel you have to kind of be a little bit of 10 steps ahead here during this period. Some of you, I was hearing specifically, somebody wants what you have going on. So just keep that in mind. Let's clear it down the right side of the body. For some of you, this is something maybe a little bit even like inappropriate, like maybe there is some factor here and it can be with you where it's like, well, I know that this is even, something that I want on one hand, but then let's clear it. There's something that is not happening yet in that space. Some of you have to clear something out before you can move in a certain direction. And definitely for some of you, there is something here that's complicating an otherwise really simple situation. So it's really important to note also who is really there for your good and who is there because they find you very attractive. I'm hearing that. They find you very alluring, okay? I'm hearing physically, yeah. So just to understand, what people have in mind here with you and when it comes to your potentials, clear in the throat chakra. Some of you have some sort of talent or gift, and it is really like, I'm hearing again, your own. This is a matter, though, of what it is that you are willing to share with others at the time that you're willing to share it with others, because hence it is your gift, it's your talents, your frequency, it's your vibration, it's your energy, and it's sacred, and you keep boundaries on that, Gemini. Not just, let's say, who just, sees something, let's clear, of your talents, of your gifts, and they want to sort of get in on that. It's very important. Let's clear it on the right side of the body. Yeah, be aware of I'm hearing your limbs at this time. I don't know what that's alluding to. Let's go kind of just keep also, your body sort of, just as maybe a metaphor, like keep your boundaries. I'm hearing that as well. Just know, it's so funny because I'm looking right here. It says out of bounds dates table. So I'm looking at the ephemeris right now. You want to keep your boundaries. I'm hearing like know also who your friends are. I'm hearing that, and understand like what are their intentions. I'm hearing that, because I see it kind of like this question of like you turn your back on something. It's like you weren't really thinking much when you shared something with a particular person here. I'm hearing at the end of the day, it's really important to know like who's that person, where are they going with that information. So especially for those of you who are in the limelight and you are sharing I'm hearing your personal private life or your documents even, I'm hearing that with certain people. Just know, like, what's their intention. Now, this shouldn't make you paranoid. It should be more confirmation. Hence, when you come to this reading, it should be like, yeah, I kind of already had an idea of that, and I wanted to sort of become more careful with what it is that I was sharing. Now, this can be more metaphorically meant, right? This is more a matter of possibly, just your frequency and your vibration. Sometimes when you share certain thoughts and ideas with certain people, they just don't hold the same sort of vibration, okay? Yeah, this is sometimes meant for you to just sort of incubate that vibrational message for yourself and really kind of clear that context, interesting, in which you'd like to carry out that vision at a certain point in time. For some of you, this is something competitive. In other words, someone would like to debate something with you. Maybe they would like to just sort of get involved. In some way, they want to just kind of get you to not focus on what you're doing, but to talk about it. Let's click on the right side of the body, or to just kind of, sort of feel disconnected, to confuse you, to throw you off. Okay, yeah, you really do not have time for that, Gemini, so it's important to know what you're scheduling into your life, who is there, and what's their intention. I'm hearing that yet again, and that's all really, about you. Also, let's go through a short card. Yeah, you don't really have time. I'm hearing that. You don't really have also, for some of you, let's clear it. You don't really have an intention with that person. So it's like, okay, it's important to know when someone is wanting something and when you are wanting something, right? When it's your vibration that you're picking up on, your own desire to connect in a certain space, and when it is a projected energy of another person who wants to hang out with you, I'm here, for example. And what is the point of that? Let's clear it down the right side of the body. For some of you, you just really want to be aware. Because, maybe someone is coming through even the guise of another person technically, and that could be on a vibrational level. So you just want to, again, make sure. I'm hearing that 3, 4, thrice times, quadruple. This is an important message. It appears to be for you, Gemini. So what are your plans? I'm hearing that as well. This is your ruler. You and Virgo, you share this ruler of Mercury. Some of you here, you want to also keep tabs on something that possibly has a possible toxic side to whatever the story is. It's like, don't just assume. Don't give people the benefit of the doubt. I'm hearing that as well. You want to just kind of like really check in and say, are you really doing your homework? Because if you're not, then we're not going to be on the same page, apparently. And I'm not going to be doing your homework for you. So it's like, really get down to the details. Let's clear it. Gemini, I feel like this is also a matter of like understanding like the entire conversation and really getting everything sort of organized. I hear that yet again. So looking at April, what are we looking at? We have the full moon in Libra. Okay, why are we talking about that? So random. Okay, it's actually on the 16th in 5 days. Well, maybe that's why Spirit's like, knock knock, we're coming on into that full moon. Now Mercury shifts. What we wanted to talk about was Mercury and Gemini. Now some of you, there is someone here, they are very much, well, again, reflect, make sure that what it is that you're drawing closer towards is something that you want. So again, that's on the 29th that we have that Mercury moving into your sign of Gemini. So, and we do not have a retrograde this month. We do have a retrograde on the 10th of May. So we do have a pre-shadow retrograde. Let's double check on that day because that is important. That is really important, guys. And this is your ruler, Gemini. So whenever Mercury goes retro is really something to pay note of. And pre-retro? Oh, please. I'm sorry, but yeah, if an astrologer is not talking about pre-retrograde, personally, that is like, you have to look. I mean, would we ever just show up at the final exam? Okay, no, we would have like the beginning of the class, and then we would have the end, and we have different checkpoints with the teacher. I'm hearing that. Let's clear it. You have to know like what you're doing. I'm hearing maybe for some of you, that's what you're telling someone. It's like you hired someone. Let's clear. You have to be planning this. I'm hearing that. You have to get on the conversation. I feel like some of you, maybe you do have a little bit of like a silly side, but then it's like you want to get serious is what I'm saying, Gemini. So it's kind of like hard to balance. Let's get, let's clear and throat chakra. April 25th. So yeah, that's coming up. That's actually a few days that's going to overlap just a smidgen with this particular cycle. Let's clear, just a bit. Now for some of you, I feel that you don't entirely have the whole storyline here, and I feel like that's good measure to sort of think about the things that you don't have answers for. Like, so why did that person do that at that time? Let's get into it. Open to abundance, number 8 coming through. For some of you dealing with someone from the past. Now, for some reason, this has been coming through. Well, we are going to have pre-shadow heading at the end of the stage, so it may be that can be. We have definitely a focus on that return-like energy for Pisces. Let's go. Some of you have an old-time friend. You have an old-time friend. Whoa, throat chakra. What is up with that? We don't have time for that. Let's clear. Excuse me. I'm going to sound like a cat here. What? This person, for some of you, let's clear the throat chakra. What's going on with that? Gemini. Some of you have something to really, really square away with somebody here. Oh my. Something got awkward here, so something financial. Continuing on, Rose, Gold, Cosmic, Plum Mirror. Well, yeah, because listen, I mean, this is not random, whatever this is. You may find that you really want to address whatever this is, and it's important. For some of you, this is a lot of assets here on the table when it comes to whatever this conversation is. And, so there's something that I'm hearing you need to also take control of, because otherwise someone will come in and try and answer the conversation for you is what I'm hearing. Now let's clear it in the throat chakra. Some of you, you're gonna be taking on a new position, and this is very, 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 very exciting. Let's clear the energy in the throat chakra again. Oh my, well, this is not even, but oh well. That's okay, you know what? I'm hearing, fuck it. You gotta get serious here. I'm hearing that, with whatever it is that you were thinking about, planning, and, maybe in tandem with another person, it's if you're not gonna do it, then, well, I'm hearing, why are we, it's kind of like your responsibility is what I'm hearing in a certain sense. And I see you just sort of finally addressing things from the past. Long-term past. And for some of you, this is something you feel you need to keep tabs on, because otherwise I'm hearing Pisces, there's something that's just it's not going to manifest. So let's clear, or it's going to be very problematic. Some of you may even want to take a legal approach here. It's we need to have a real conversation about this. Some of you dealing with someone who is just not committing. I'm hearing that as well. And I mean, maybe you're in the relationship. It's I don't want to assume that that's where we're at. For number 43, let's clear. I don't want to assume that we're going to be on the same page with that. Enlightenment. Some of you, yeah. Some of you need to get very strict. I see that with something here. But at the same time, it's you don't want to have to get serious, but you want to get serious because you have a vision. And it's if I'm not going to, I have to be the one to stand for this vision. It is maybe even... It's a checkmate moment. It's hey, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. I hear that. So, okay, Gemini, let's see anything further for you. Clear another throat chakra. Give me a quick second here. Clear it, then left side of the body. Yeah, there's someone here who wants to talk to you. I'm hearing that as well. But it's you need to get your priorities straight, because I see that someone here possibly even is trying to take control of your business. This is what I'm hearing. Let's clear it in the throat chakra. And yeah, it's before we start, partnering up on this, are you secretly trying to... Also, I'm hearing share the news with your whole family. For some of you, you want that. For some of you, you don't. For some of you, you just, So can we get a little further here? See, some of you may have a moment where you're oh shoot, I should have looked into this. Why didn't I? But then it's you figure that out a little bit late. I'm hearing that. See with your heart. It's but then it's a moment when you realize oh shoot, the gondola has a hole in it, and it's the water is leaking. It's seeping into the gondola. So maybe at a certain point, you gotta take a look. We got see with your heart. The time is now to hear the messages. Some of you, this is a situation that is coming to, you were friends with someone for a long time. We're not going to do this forever like this, is what I'm hearing. The way is clear. Someone, maybe you guys are friends, you need to take it to the next level. It could be you with your idea as well. It's I'm just friends with my idea, but let's clear it. You got to start making money from it, as you see. Maybe this is you putting kind of pedal to the metal with yourself. It's I got to get focused. I'm hearing that again. You are unlimited. There's something about a huge sum of money for some of you. This is something that you want to get. Let's clear it in the throat chakra. You want to finalize. You don't want to leave any loose ends. Let's clear it. For some of you, you want to get sort of organized. Again, I hear that. Thank you for tuning in, Gemini. Always heed your person's intuition.